Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Alicia, and today we are going to be talking about the 3D and the 5D reason you might be considering leaving your 9 to 5 desk job. On this channel, I'm sharing with you my journey in real time from leaving the 9 to 5 matrix and stepping out into my passion and my purpose. I am really inspired to share with you the real life experiences from somebody who's just a regular person. I was working a regular job. It wasn't a successful corporate career. It wasn't, I hadn't made a lot of, astounding success that I was just transferring now into my passion and my purpose. This is just like from one cubicle worker to another. And I'm trying to show you if I can do this, then you can do this. My intention is to help you see just what is possible for you. So, first I'll start out by explaining what I mean by 5D and 3D. So I myself went through a spiritual awakening. I've been kind of waking up since 2012. 2020 brought a huge, massive awakening for me. But instead of being able to just, leave the material world behind and go travel the world or live in an ashram or anything, I had just divorced. I had bills to pay. I had a son I had sole responsibility of. I had a mortgage, and that wasn't possible for me. I had to go through my spiritual awakening in the trenches, still moving through that 9 to 5 matrix. So that, I guess, is the 3D, where you're really plugged into the material world. And I am a millennial. This is the world where you grew up, you went to school, you got a degree, you then got a job and a house, kids, mortgage, and then you retire and then you die. Like, that's what you do. It's all set up. It's all laid out for you. In the 3D world, things that really matter are like, money and how many degrees you have and those types of things. And then if you're new to this understanding of 5D, is like we're speaking in consciousness and in dimensions. And so the 3D consciousness is that one very like in the material world of Earth. And then the 5D is more of like, what did my soul come here to do? What makes me feel good? What energy, what thoughts, what emotions, what experiences, what people make me feel my best? And you can think of it as like raising the frequency, raising the vibration into the 5D, and that's what they say it is. And I mean, it's definitely a felt experience for me. I can easily tell if something's 3D or 5D, and I have a choice to choose either one. And that whole healing journey that we go through when we're moving from 3D into 5D is to raise our consciousness. We sometimes have to go within. Well, we always have to go within to see what's in us that is still keeping us stuck. And that's that whole healing journey, which is not the information for this video. So I'm going to stay on course here, and I'm going to get back to these 2 different reasons why you might want to consider leaving your 9 to 5 job, or you might be considering it and maybe you've never thought about it in this way. And this was really interesting for me. So the 5D reason is because my soul didn't come here to be a legal assistant. It just didn't. And now the 5D understanding is not to be like, I'm so much better than that and blah, blah, blah. Like, don't get caught there, but expand into what is possible. What do I love? How can I be in service to humanity? And then pour energy into that and create from that. So if you are in a place where your heart and your soul and the talents that you are here to share with the world are not being utilized, this is a time to start wondering how you're going to put those into action. A very easy way to do that is to create a business. And it's being in service to humanity that is truly fulfilling. And so following the purpose, following the joy, following the happiness, that is the 5D reason you may want to leave your desk job. And it's a noble pursuit. And it's kind of the reason why I'm making these videos is to help people understand that it is absolutely 100% possible for you, but it does take work and it takes steps and effort. And I'm here to show you those steps and effort because that is what is always seems to be. It's not what you see. You see the end product, the polished picture. When it takes day to day showing up for yourself, doing the deep internal work, figuring out, for me, it was like, who am I as a legal assistant? Okay, well, I managed to stay in the job for 17 years. For a bit, I was an alcoholic. I had a lot of things that I needed to deal with and to step into my purpose and my passion. I had to become someone that was able to hold that frequency. So that was the healing work. Now, I hope this is like tying up in a nice neat bow because I feel like maybe it's not, but I'm going to just keep going and see what happens. So on the other side of that, we have the 3D reason rooted in our lived experience here. I like to call it trudging around on Malkuth. That's the 1% physical reality in the Kabbalistic Tree of Life teachings. But it truly is this denser world. It is the 9 to 5. I get a paycheck. I pay the bills. I, watch this show on the TV. This is like that matrix. But there is a really interesting thing that's happening, and you've probably guessed what I'm going to say, and that's AI. And so AI was not a thing when I had set my heart and my intention to creating my business 5 years ago. It was not where it is now. But as it's begun to rise up in popularity and use, and that we can see that this is where humanity is going, then I started to see other types of headlines. And it made me realize, like, maybe I was onto something. Maybe this wasn't just and I don't want to, shortchange myself, but maybe this wasn't just a pipe dream coming out of nowhere, maybe the smartest thing, the most grounded, most rooted, most thing that your parent would tell you to do because it's the right thing to do is actually to figure out what's in here and to create through purpose and sharing and joy, because a lot of the jobs that we have, it looks like they will be going away. I know for certain that my job as a legal assistant will be way better served by an AI who does not have the same just regular percentage of mistakes I would make, spelling, different errors. And in the legal field, it's just all about how precise and perfect you can make every single document and piece of information you're sharing. And I am sorry, but a robot, and I knew this back before that was even a thing, I would say, like, I'm not a robot. What do you expect of me? Like, it's not a bad thing. And don't be alarmed, This isn't a fear factor. No matter what, humanity adapts, and we just find new jobs. The most interesting way I've seen this put, and maybe it's a little crude too, but back in New York, many people were employed with walking around behind horses before the car was invented, scooping up the horse poo and getting rid of it. Within 1 year, the streets of New York went from being covered in carts and horses to having cars covering the street. Nobody considered what happened to that person's job. And did it really matter in history? There wasn't some big shortage or outcry. Humanity adapts and evolves and creates new jobs. But this is also a perfect time for you to start to consider getting ahead of the trend. Because do you just want another organization or another person telling you how long you can take lunch for, or whether or not you can leave 10 minutes early to go to the doctor? Or do you want to make those decisions yourself? I can't say how long it's going to be and it's probably going to drizzle in this whole AI thing. The bigger centers will have it first, and eventually it will make its way, especially to where I live, which it's right in the middle of Canada. So things come from the outside ports and takes months for us to get the trends and the upgrades. So we will see. It's January 1st, 2026, as I make this video. And as of right now, my job as a legal assistant is still available. How long until they see that they can just utilize a free AI software system, or even maybe a robot, to do the job better, faster, and more efficient? So there you have it. There is the 3D reason and the 5D reason why you might be considering leaving your 9-to-5 desk job at this time. If you have enjoyed this content and if you want to continue following my journey, please subscribe to my brand new channel. Please like this video and please share with a friend. Take sweet care. Bye for now.